In, off the moors, down through the mist bands, God-cursed Grendel came greedily loping. The bane of the race of men roamed forth, hunting for a prey in the high hall. Under the cloud murk, he moved towards it, till it shone above him, a sheer keep of fortified gold. Nor was it the first time he'd scouted the grounds of Hrothgar's dwelling, although never in his life before or since did he find harder fortune or hall defenders. Spurned and joyless, he journeyed on ahead and arrived at the bourne. The iron-braced door turned on its hinge when his hands touched it. Then his rage boiled over. He ripped open the mouth of the building, maddening for blood, pacing the length of the patterned floor with his desolate tread, while a baleful light, flame more than light, flared from his eyes. He saw many men in the mansion, sleeping. A ranked company of kinsmen and warriors quartered together, and his glee was demonic, picturing the mayhem. Before morning he would rip life from limb and devour them, feed on their flesh. But his fate that night was due to change. His days of ravening had come to an end. Mighty and canny, Boewulf was keenly watching for the first move the monster would make. Nor did the creature keep him waiting, but started suddenly, jumped right in. He grabbed and mauled a man on his bench, bit into his bone strings, gorged on his blood, gorged and gorged, till he was eaten up, hand and foot. Venturing closer, his talon was raised to attack Boewulf where he lay on the bed. He was bearing in with open claw when the alert hero's comeback and arm lock forestalled him utterly. The captain of evil discovered himself in a hand grip harder than anything he'd ever encountered on any man in the face of the earth. Every bone in his body quailed and recoiled, but he could not escape. He was desperate to flee to his lair and hide with the devil's litter, for in all his days he'd never been clamped and cornered like this. Then Boewulf sprang to his feet and got a firm hold. Fingers were bursting, the monster backtracking, the man overpowering. He was desperate to escape, to take a roundabout road and flee to his lair in the fens. The latching power in his fingers weakened. It was the worst trip the terrormonger had ever taken to Hrothgar's hall. And now the timbers trembled and sang, a whole session that harrowed every Dane inside the stockade. Stumbling in fury, the two contenders crashed through the building. The hall clattered and hammered, yet somehow remained standing. The story goes that as the pair struggled, mead benches were smashed and sprung off the floor, gold fittings and all. Before then, no shielding elder would believe there was any power or person upon earth capable of wrecking their horn-rigged hall, unless the burning embrace of a fire engulfed it in flame. And now an extraordinary wail arose, and bewildering fear came over the Danes. Everyone felt it who heard that cry as it echoed off the wall, a god-cursed scream and strain of catastrophe, the howl of the loser, the lament of the hell serf, keening his wound. He was overwhelmed, manacled tight by the man who of all men was foremost and strongest in the days of this life. The monster's whole body was in pain. A tremendous wound appeared on his shoulder. Sinews split and the bone lappings burst. Boewulf was granted the glory of winning. Grendel was driven under the fen banks, fatally hurt, to his desolate lair. His days were numbered. The end of his life was coming over him. He knew it for certain. And one bloody clash had fulfilled the dearest wishes of the Danes. Boewulf had purged the hall, kept it from harm. He was happy with his night work and the courage he'd shown. Clear proof of this could be seen in the hand the hero displayed, high up near the roof, the whole of Grendel's shoulder and arm, his awesome grasp.